He's out there with Green.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's an upright deal. He went straight on the defense. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA.
The shot no good. And Cleveland the other way now.
Boy, after the first three misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
Wade kicks to Love. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP and a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest. And I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
Outside Curry. Game.
Fake in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
James. Good.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thompson for the triple. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Cavaliers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Irving. Takes it into the and it's played so far. A shot by Thompson and no one's around.
And really the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year, just from a historical standpoint.
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further. And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Now here's Durant after LeBron James's miss. Pulls up. And again, it's Kevin Durant. 1:14 left to play in the first quarter. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
You know, it's interesting. It really had been mostly a cordial relationship between Durant and the media up until last season. And then at the All-Star break, I mean, he had some biting remarks.
Outside Irving, and LeBron throws it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
The shot by Curry, no good. Durant's comments during the All-Star break about the media, he might have been right with some of his comments. I don't know, though, that he really was happy that they came out the way they did.
I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, he made it clear that he doesn't view the media as all that friendly.
And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Played with the ball.
They couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's James, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now here's Thompson. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Green, no luck. Curry dishes to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 5.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
He caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his...
We expect so much.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. All right, we'll look at how the points have been generated so far. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. D-Wade out there with Irving, and it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. And the Warriors tack on two more.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Durant, no good.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
Durant, the pass to Curry. The basket good off the assist from Durant. That's 7 points for Steph Curry.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
That is good. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
It's LeBron with the drive. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. 14 feet away. And the rejection by Love. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
He got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Smith has checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Festus Ezeli. Got that one up quick. And now just a 2-point Cleveland lead. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere. I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
A clear look for Curry. Curry with another miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The shot's good from Smith.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you can see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster. And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Timeout called, Cleveland. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. change here. Price checked in.
Become some kind of role player.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. He wants defending against the fast break to become their priority, saying, quote, let's worry less about offensive rebounding and more about getting back on defense. The second thing he said to them was that they need to go to the boards hard at the defensive end on every single shot. That was abundantly clear. Well, coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for James. Irving against Curry. Clock is at 3 from 12 feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Wade can't hit. It's deflected. Lots of room. Shot is no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that.
And a pretty tight.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome, LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers? And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Green is out there with Durant, and it's Ezeli in at the 5 spot. Here's Wade. It's rebounded by Curry.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Here's Durant, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Inside, here's Thompson. Wade with the block. To the middle. Here's Love, and the rejection by Ezeli. Warriors trail by 9, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. LeBron's checked in for Cleveland. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas.
And the
Spacing.
Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Anderson Varejao checked in for Azula. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Curry with the three, and again, no good by Golden State. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19 and 20 in the first 30. Games, and then 34 and 9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Durant, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 9. The pass to Cowan. Jones drives in, takes it off the glass.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
It's tipped. And Thompson kicks to Varejao.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And Cleveland making a change here.
And for Varejao, his wild hair and frenetic style long ago earned him the nickname Wild Thing. I mean, diving for loose balls, taking charges, but that energy and enthusiasm may be unsurpassed really by any other player in our league.
Curry kicks to Green. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Well, Greg, you're talking about Varejao. He may play wild, but his production has backed it up. A few years ago, he averaged, Clark, over 14 rebounds a game.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think he plays that wild. I think he just looks wild. That hair flying all over the place, and he's giving up his body.
That's a good
I don't know
point,
if he's
yeah.
necessarily a wild player as much as he just looks and appears to be everywhere at all times.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team. The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Durant with it. Now Smith defending. The three. And it's Durant missing. Cleveland leading by 10. To the paint. Here's Irving. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Durant. Outside Green. On the wing, Thompson. Off target from the wing.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you... kidding me? Now that's a momentum shifter there. Steele leading straight to a quick bucket.
Yeah, and a great way, Clark, to capitalize on the turnover. Don't waste any time. Get the ball right up the court.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Cleveland. And Golden State also making a change. Ezeli's checked in. Thompson for three. And yes, sir, that one drops. Now just a 5-point Cavalier lead. James against Durant. Out to Wade. Nobody near Irving. The putback, and James throws it down.
That's how to make your mark on the board with an emphatic finish.
And the final period of play just about to start. And the Cavaliers
Can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor, isolate up top. Spacing. Spacing.
Well, in college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
And let's get this update now from Dor. Berkeley's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Smith is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Irving at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Wade kicks to LeBron. Irving dishes to Love. Shoots from the right block. Green for 2 points. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Fighting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Curry kicks to Iguodala. Thompson in the corner. Goes in for the dunk.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And Durant sends it back. Shot on the wing. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 5th assist in this one.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside. he has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Love the pass to James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Ezeli's checked in for Golden State. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Warriors trail by 5. Now here's Curry from deep, and that one's good.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's James. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Cavaliers.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
To the inside, here's Ezeli, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. 22 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
And both free throws, good for James.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Knocked away and stolen by James. Here's Irving. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And Thompson kicks to Durant. Passes it to Curry. Ball's knocked loose. It's taken away by Smith. For the finish, Green with the block. But they recover it. Now the Warriors whipping it up. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
We could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
And it's becoming a battle of will right now. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
Wade dishes to Irving. Takes a 3. Again, Irving missing.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he be a little bit more selective tonight.
Thompson misses.
Oh, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
That's good. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end. But he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Green passes to Ezeli. And the rejection by Love. And stolen by Love. Wade for 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Launches it. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And Smith with a clear path to the hoop. Oh! Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
You just said that.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Wade can't hit. Durant kicks to Green. It's Curry outside. Wade with the block. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's...
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight...
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jets.
If I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord my soul to take.
And it's the Warriors to start out. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Azealia is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Down low, here's Wade. Can't get it to go. Good D by Thompson. Here's Golden State. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years. Ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there. Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note, it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Here's Irving, following the score by Golden State. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Alfred Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
And the Warriors making a change here. Verjau's checked in. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
And it's Verjau penetrating. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Wade. Irving's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Durant kicks to Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Cavaliers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Irving. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Irving's got 6.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
It's rebounded by Curry.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's James following the shot by Kevin Durant. Irving up top. He's covered by Thompson. And Thompson sends it back. Green kicks to Curry. Back to Green, 11 feet away, and he nails the jumper.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
To the wing on the left. Outside Irving. Three-pointer. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Thompson for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Thompson's got 6.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you props. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Jones checked in for Anderson Varejao. How much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
The feed now to Love. The Warriors pull it in.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Thompson with the bucket. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.